Hello guys, should you count your macros slash calories? The reason why I recommend people to track their calories is because it's more a simple term. It's a way of processing calories because you can be more specific than macros. Every 1 gram of protein is 4 calories, 1 gram of carb is 4 calories, and 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. Imagine this, if you're very new to the game, macro tracking will be harder essentially because you have to decipher it into calories to actually know if you're in a surplus or deficit. And this can be beneficial in many ways. Of course, if you're like a stay-at-home mom or a working dad or etc., trying to lose weight in general, you really want to lean more to the tracking the calorie side, which is more easier. The part where you will track your macros is probably to the end, where you need to hit your protein goal. Carbs are not essential, but fats are essential. But that's where macro tracking does keep in consideration. But if you try to get to your goal, the calories will add up to those macros. Remember, macros are just the fundamentation of calories, and calories are macros are the breakdown of calories, and calories are the makeup of the macros. So, if you have 100 calories of carbs, that's literally like 50 grams, or no, 50, 20 grams of carbs or something of 100 calories. So if you think about it like that, you're just breaking down even further if you use macro tracking. Neither isn't bad, but it's like reading or hearing a video, for example. Which one's easier to you? Which one do you enjoy? Do you see a dish of food and you see calories? Do you use calories? Do you see a dish of food that you see just macros? Do you use macros? Or you see both? I always use both because I teach myself throughout times using apps, tracking with the food scale, and I just understand how to track my calories better. So for me, I could just decipher it and just divide or use a calculator if I want to track my macros. Of course, macro tracking can be helpful in a sense if you need to hit a protein goal. So if you have a plate of food and it's mostly carbs, then you can say that food is mostly like 400 grams of carbs right there. Then maybe 20 grams of protein, which is very low on the macros. Maybe you want to hit 50 grams of protein, 30 grams of carb, and the rest of fat. Because you do need to prioritize fat for hormones to be in check to actually build muscle and recover. Your hormones are everything. Your recovery is sleep. It's everything. Training comes last. Diet and recovering is first, always first. Because if you don't got those two in check, you can say goodbye to your train as hard as you want, but don't get results. Even come to weight loss. If you're not digitally tracking your calories, for example, or your macros, because remember, macros make up the calories, break down the calories, then you won't be accurate of fat loss. And this can add up many ways. If you're trying to lose weight, because I'm using losing weight, for example, throughout a whole week, and you're not tracking your calories, that can add up, like, you could be in surplus, like 200, 300, and that adds up for the whole week. Imagine if you're a 300 calorie surplus, right, of a whole week. That's 3 times 7. That's literally 1,300 or something like that. That's 1,500 calories, 1,500 or something like that. No, 2,100. But that's a lot of surplus. If you're trying to bulk up and trying to gain weight, then you could use macro tracking as a sign. Like, okay, this is like 50 grams of protein, 30 grams of 20 grams of fat, pretty low on the fat, and like 60 grams of carbs, right? Okay. So you could be a little fluent. You don't have to worry about calories so much. But I suggest as a beginner who is trying to track their calories and really trying to focus on every single 100, because they're new, so they might be off by 200 calories, 300 here and there, etc. They can actually see more like a bank account, which I like to say allergy because it is realistic. See, okay, 300 calories, that is a lot than 100 of a surplus. Maybe I have to go back down and go in a deficit next day of a 200 calorie surplus. Then saying that, hey, I need like 10 grams of protein for the next day, but I need to low down the carbs for the next day, like 50 grams of carbs. The math, you have to decipher it. It's more work, you know? You don't want to have a banker tell someone this if you could just tell someone that in person. It's just more work, right? That's probably a bad analogy, but you get the point. It's just more work to decipher it. If someone tells you the macros, of course, if you're tracking calories, you might have a sense of knowing your macros anyways, or you just know that's good macros, right? If the protein's high, the fat is pretty low, and the carbs are pretty moderate, those are just good macros. And you can do the math if you want to, and just do it on your phone, on the calculator. So that's what I would suggest. If you're dieting, track your calories. Just track your calories. And of course, later on in the future, you want to intuition eat and stop tracking, because mentally we are not robots. I have this problem too. I don't want to track, but it makes me feel structure. So right now I am tracking here and there, but I'm having some leeway. I just want to tell you guys that honestly, it depends on you. It's the add up of macros. So your calories just add up to the macros. So it really doesn't matter, and the macros break down with the calories. So whatever, it doesn't matter. Just different ways. It's like math. It's different ways, but you get the same result. Literally, like that's literally it. But if this video was super helpful, please share and tell like your family, friends, or that one teenager that needs this. Please share this. They will get so much benefit of this and not trying to go so crazy. If you need nutrition coaching, you're trying to lose that 30 pounds, please go in the description below. I can coach you for free. We can discuss your goals, discuss how to do this, discuss how to get stronger as a stay-at-home mom. That'll be very beneficial. Thank you guys.